Korean cinema has some of the best historical movies, but many of these gems don't get the attention they deserve. So today, we're going to explore 10 amazing Korean historical films, packed with brutal war sequences, intense political struggles, and powerful drama. So let's get started. Rampant. If you have watched the Kingdom K-drama, this film follows a very similar theme. It's a zombie outbreak set in a historical era, with no modern technology and no communication. That's what makes survival, and stopping the outbreak, so intense. The story follows a prince who returns from exile after his brother's death, only to discover that his kingdom has been overrun by zombies. At the same time, he must deal with a corrupt, power-hungry minister who uses the outbreak as an opportunity to seize control of the throne. Now, the prince must fight the undead and take on the minister to save his kingdom. The Fortress. When the Chinese Empire invades Korea in the 1600s, the king and his army, along with countless civilians, take refuge inside a mountain fortress. But conditions inside the fortress soon turn horrific. Harsh winter weather, severe food shortages, and disease begin to claim the lives of common people. As suffering grows, the king's advisors and ministers split into two opposing factions. One group argues for surrender to save lives, the other insists on fighting to protect the nation's honor at any cost. As the enemy waits outside, politics and moral conflict take center stage within the fortress.
지수입니다. 군사들은 모두 죽일 수는 없습니다. 제발 공격을 멈추시오. 내가 이 일을 해내면 성안에 모두가 살 수 있다.
Kundo, Age of the Rampant. This movie is like the Robin Hood of Korea. It is set during a time when poverty in Korea is rapidly rising, and powerful noblemen and corrupt officials exploit ordinary people. In this dark era, a band called Kundo emerges. They steal from corrupt noblemen and distribute to the poor. On the other side of the story is our lead, Dolmuchi, who works for one of the most ruthless noblemen, Jo Yoon. Why does Dolmuchi switch sides and join Kundo? How does his decision help bring down Jo Yoon, the man who represents this cruel and corrupt system, is the story all about?
이번 장의 최종 목적은 그들에게 빼앗긴 땅과 쌀을 다시 백성들에게 돌려주는 것입니다.
The Throne. When a Korean king constantly criticized for how he got the throne becomes obsessed with making his son a perfect ruler, he pushes his son to extreme limits through brutal training and relentless expectations. Crushed under this pressure, the gap between father and son grows wider and wider. Eventually, their relationship deteriorates so badly that the king takes a shocking step and locks his own son away. This film is an intense, emotional historical drama that explores power trauma and the cost of expectations. The Face Reader. This film follows a gifted face reader who can understand a person's fate, intentions, and character just by looking at their face. His extraordinary ability soon becomes widely known, and he is invited to join the royal court. As political tensions rise and a ruthless prince plots to seize the throne, the face reader is forced to use his skills to predict betrayals and assassination attempts. Before he realizes it, he becomes a key figure in royal court politics and plays a crucial role in shaping Korea's future.
탐내는 자들이 여럿 있다. 남을 밟고라도 머리치 행할 만한 자들을 골라내. 방위들 상인가.
War of Arrows. This film is set during the Manchu invasion of Korea. Nam Yi, a highly skilled archer, lives a quiet life in a small village with his sister. But on the day of his sister's wedding, Manchu soldiers attack the village, kidnap his sister, and take her away as a slave. Armed with only his bow and arrows, Nam Yi chases the soldiers to rescue her, using the mountains and forest terrain to his advantage. As he takes down the soldiers one by one, he soon realizes there is a master archer on the enemy side. What follows is an intense war of arrows. The action sequences, driven entirely by archery, are designed in a gripping and highly captivating way. The Great Battle. When the Tang dynasty launches an invasion with an army of 200,000 soldiers, Korean General Yang stands in their way with just 5,000 men. Against an enemy force nearly 40 times larger, he must defend his kingdom using nothing but courage and brilliant battlefield strategies. How these 5,000 soldiers hold their ground and fight back against overwhelming odds is what this story is all about. The film features massive, epic battle sequences, and if you enjoyed 300, you'll definitely love this movie too. Before we move on to our top 3, if you like our suggestions, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We bring you the best movie and TV show recommendations from across the globe. The King and the Clown. One of the Korean classics in the historical genre, this film follows two street performers who dress as clowns. They perform bold satires mocking the royal court and the king. But one day when they openly ridicule the king, they are brought into the palace. Instead of facing harsh punishment, the king orders them to perform for him. Here's where the story takes a dark turn. The mentally unstable king becomes obsessed with one of the performers. What begins as fascination slowly turns into obsession, and then into a twisted form of love. As the king's obsession grows, the queen becomes consumed by jealousy, and the court officials begin to fear the clown's influence. Caught in the middle of deadly power struggles, and under constant threat to his life, the clown finds himself trapped inside the palace. Told in a poetic and deeply dramatic manner, this film places emotion and tragedy at the very heart of its story. The Admiral. Inspired by true events from Korean history, this film tells the story of Admiral Yi Sun-sin. He faces an impossible challenge defending his country against the Japanese Navy, which arrives with a massive fleet of 300 ships. In contrast, the Korean Navy has only 12 ships left. How Admiral Yi uses brilliant strategy and fearless leadership to defend his nation with just 12 ships, fighting against overwhelming odds, is what this story is all about. The film was a massive success and later received a sequel as well. Masquerade. When the king lives under the constant threat of assassination, he appoints a body double who looks exactly like him. But one day the king is poisoned. To prevent chaos in the kingdom, the body double takes the king's place and begins to rule. The body double must navigate dangerous political power struggles while hiding his true identity. How circumstances slowly turn a commoner into a great king is the heart of this story. Along with a powerful narrative, the film also delivers some excellent comedy.
백성을 하늘처럼 섬기는 왕, 진정 그것이 어때이다.